Right. For the benefit of people watching this back later as well, let's get started. 1 minute late, but never mind. So welcome back. If you saw last week, great. Um, I am live streaming myself every Sunday at 6 p.m. Deal sourcing, or at least analysing deals, that sort of part of it. Obviously, it's Sunday. Can't do the calling estate agents part or any investor outreach, whatever. It's a sun. Well, actually, I could do that on the messages, but I'm doing the analysis part where we see if a property will work based on the numbers. And let's get right to it. The first thing we're going to do today is review what we did last week. So, at the end of last week, we kind of had two properties that were promising. The first one was this one for 550, four-bed terraced house, Byron Road, and if you remember, it was kind of like this, very old style, in the downstairs. And you see the classic flips, take the floors out, but it's got a lot of potential. And even you can save these skirting boards, and this fireplace. Nice, the garden's very nice. Save them as a feature. And then as you move upstairs, it's actually already the work's been done. Look at the skirting boards here. They've been painted over, and it gets even better. Further you go upstairs, fantastically done bathroom. So it was kind of a half flipped house. And I then later analysed the numbers, so let's have a look at that. Now, I don't know for how long I'll keep doing this, but just to hammer in the point, I'll keep double checking how it works as a flip and how it works as an assisted sale. As your traditional flip, you can see we had to go to 455,000. It's nearly 100,000 underneath the asking price to get to 20% ROI. Now, I was thinking last week actually it'd be more like a 30k route, but actually there's a chimney breast that's sort of a bit strange when you look at the basically in front of the window. So you want to rip that out for 10k. Here, chimney breast in front of the window. You want to rip that out for 10k, and you know what? Do the property justice and give it a really nice kitchen. So we said 60,000. And yeah, it doesn't really work as a flip. I mean, like I said, you have to negotiate for 95,000 down. But as an assisted sale on the right hand side, it kind of could work. So again, same refurb cost, but no stamp duty, no purchase price. Of course, that all comes. You never purchase the property, that doesn't come at all with that. And we got to a previously agreed price with the vendor, so you had to get the vendor to 532,000 and a half, and it could stack at 21%. That would be saying to the vendor, look, I can't offer you a lot based on flipping the property, but based on getting your money in 6 to 9 months' time, I can offer you. I mean, that's pushing it, 530, something like that. So I decided to call the agent. And what did the agent say? It was very surprising, actually. It was the first time this had happened. Just checking, I'm all good on there. The agent, which is Northwood here, Northwood and Harrow, so I called them up and say, hi, I'd like to talk about this property, HA3 7TE. They said, yeah, sure, go ahead. I said, well, it's looking a little bit, I see it's got, it's brand new on the top, a little bit run down on the bottom. And he straight away cuts me off and says, are you looking to flip it? I'm like, well, no, it won't work as a flip. So, okay, it's really interesting. Didn't say why, because obviously the bottom half of the house does need renovation. And I said, yeah, well, actually, look, I'm a deal sourcer, so I'm not looking to flip it myself. I'm actually looking for something more like a delayed completion, which is an assisted sale in a kind of a language that the estate agents should understand. But this guy just said, no, don't work with deal sourcers, put the phone down. So let's forget about this one. Strange, first time it's happened to me. Then the second property we looked at last week, on how we did it last week, we just went to my email inbox where I have it automatically coming to me, and we found the most suitable properties. The second one we looked at was this one, Stone Drive NW9. Okay, just a quick reminder. It's only just come on the market though, and that's something that I want to change this week. I don't want to focus on the ones that have just come on the market really. But we said it was one to watch, and I said I'll actually perhaps call the agent. I didn't. Full confession, I didn't do that. It's still on the market. I feel like the market's quite slow these days. I don't need to rush into anything. I would like that price to come down, and maybe a few offers to go in that are too low for the vendor to accept, and then the motivations start happening. I would say there's nothing wrong with me just touching base with the agent, to be fair. But yeah, I've just thought, do I need these headphones on when I'm doing this? I don't think I had them on last week. I get confused with technology. I'm gonna leave them on now because what if, like, I don't know, that's to do with the microphone or whatever. So I didn't call the agent. What I did do is analyze the difference between the on the right here, the traditional flip. Okay, so this is what we worked out last week. I actually said 25,000 refurbishment last week, but I'll put it up to 27.5. The 2.5 comes from a 10% contingency. That's always good to have. I think I had last week 5 as a contingency, but anyway, let's be better safe than sorry. This would mean that the purchase price for a flip would have to come to exactly 393 to get a dead on 20. And obviously, if you want any margin for error, you're going to want to negotiate maybe 385. And again, something similar to the last one, where we're almost in the region of 100 grand less than the asking price. It just is going to be too difficult. Obviously, I'm hoping this one will come down. Only time will tell. But you look on the left here, same purchase price, agency fees, etc. So agency fees have to come twice in the sister sale. That's kind of the extra cost, but everything else is the same. And look, we're at 63% ROI. It's ridiculous, and this is just based on 365k end value, which we worked out based on 3 comparables last week. Have I looked any further into the comparables since? No, I'm just relying on what I did last week. So if anyone saw last week and thinks I did it in a bad way, then please let me know. But we are getting, from a £46,000 investment, a £29,000 profit. That is a great return, and this is at the price that it's at now. So you might think, well, that's 63% return. Let's get cracking, Elliot. I would still like to wait. I think I will call them, just to see, their motivations, whatever, if they're looking for anything lower. But just with the agent, just to let them know I'm interested, but I won't actually come forward with an offer or anything. If I see it's been reduced, then I'll get in with an offer without offering a kind of offer subject to viewing, get a builder to make this more accurate, and then go from there. Before getting a builder's review, I might actually get a builder to just roughly double check that 27.5 roughly with a builder, because who knows. But if we remember from last week, this is quite a light job. But it is still dated, and it does need a little bit of work. And maybe the 565 is realistic, maybe it's not, because honestly the comparables I found last week weren't as new build as this. So one to still look into. I'm not going to do it today though. I'll try and get some fresh ones for us today, some new content. Okay, but it's looking promising. 63%. How far down would we have to go for that to be not viable? Let's say the selling price comes down to 550. 31%, still okay. Let's say the selling price comes down to, but by the way, this is to sell. It does change on a turn on a dime, because if we go to 540, I don't think it's going to work. Whereas with the flip where you bought, yeah, it doesn't work. So I do need to be tighter on those comparables for this one, because you've invested less, but then obviously making a bit more percentage-wise, proportionally puts your ROI higher than on a flip. I mean, you look on the right side. Okay, on a flip, we're turning £92,000 profit, but that's only a 20% ROI. For an assisted sale, maybe the type of investor that's going for that straight flip is looking for, I actually want more cash, and they've got more cash in the bank to start with. An assisted sale is someone who's a bit perhaps newer to this, and they'd be happy with a 30k profit because the return on the investment is that much higher. But it does mean that if the selling price doesn't quite reach there, what's our margin? Our margin is, yeah, so 545 would still just reach 20% ROI. So our margin there is 20k on that selling price. So although 63% looks great, I would actually want it to be closer to 100 to build in more margin, and that's why I'd like to perhaps wait until the property's on the market for 450, sorry, and then we have our 100%. So I hope that makes sense. Yeah, right. Next one from last thing to say, just that I've done in the week, is a new assisted sale template. I submitted this assisted sale template to Sam. He's put it on the Dealers Club portal. But I submitted an old version I just whipped up in 5 minutes, honestly, and that's gone out to all of you guys. And I said to Sam, would you like to change it, update it, blah, blah, blah. He said, no, don't worry, it's fine. But by all means, have a look at this, because I've since updated it with, mind you, relevant things to North, West London. But my agency fees, so I've put as a template, it's always going to be, hang on, why won't you let me click? Right, there we go. It's always going to be a 1.6% agency fee as a template until I find out about the specific agent, because that's the average in the area is 1.6%. Similar to, I'm having to click below to get it anyway, to the legal fees, 1,500, which is actually just a ChatGPT thing, based on London. Properties up to about £500,000. Above that, it might have to get to £2,500 legal fees, and of course you have to pay the fees on either side on a assisted sale. Agent fees included, you have to pay either side. But my template now includes a agency fees that is 1.6% multiplied. I've also included an accurate council tax. I don't know if I still got I did a little bit of research about council tax bans in my area that has gone into this average figure of £216 a month, based on a 3-bed. If it's a 4-bed, I'm going up to the next band. Gas, electric, water, insurance is still kind of a rough estimate. I will work on that in the meantime. Okay, so that's what I'm basing my analysis on recently, and what I'll be basing any new stuff on today. Okay, so unlike last week where I went in cold totally, I'm going to bring something that I'm not yet finished analysing into today, which is this one I have finished analysing, and I'm going to call the agent, and I'm going to sort that out myself. This one we need to analyse a bit more together. So, Gladstone Park Gardens, Hoopers, the famous Andre Green. I say famous, but it'll come famous. He's on my channel all the time. If you watch my latest video, normal video, not live stream. Is anyone watching now? No. Oh, there's one. Hello. Hello, welcome. There is one person who's just popped up. Right. So, I don't make them feel embarrassed though. Let's get on with this. Okay, so this one, yeah. obviously run-down place. Run-down place. Looks like someone's lived in there until they've obviously passed away. But a lovely street, by the way. This area. Let's go on Street View just to show people. Hello. But this is a really nice street. Okay, so let's have a look. Where? Oh yes, that tree is no longer there, I believe. Our property is our property that we're looking at is over there. That's very much changed. I've been out down this street literally today. You can see opposite the road is a very nicely refurbished house. So you can see the potential in the street, nice and wide, with these 3 4-bed semis. There are some right at the end of the road. I don't know how far I have to go. That are absolutely gorgeous. Keep going, keep going, keep going. I want to go really, really far, really, really far. Really, really far. Okay, I'm gonna have to go really far. Okay, we're driving way above the speed limit. Way above the speed. Okay, so around here they're kind of really well refurbished, and these are going for over $1 million. You've got this one on the corner that's I'll just go one bit further. This is your kind of probably above the ceiling value for the one I'm looking at, but this is fantastic. Oh look, they're still refurbishing it at that point, but yeah, this is very nicely modernised, and your sort of ceiling value for the street. Very nice street. Okay, let's click off Street View. So it's was listed at where's Mike's? It should be saying my extension should be valid. Extensions. Manage extensions. Property log. This one should be showing me the price changes. Maybe if I go back to search results. No, it's not. That's really strange. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, so it started at 750, now we've gone down to 700 on this one. And here's what I've got to in my analysis. Let's see if we can get it up. No, we need a new one. Agent contacted. This is Andre, of course I've contacted him. So 49 Gladstone Park Gardens. That's an assisted sale. I need to update the spreadsheet here, so not really wanna not really what I want to be showing you guys, but because I've made this before I made the template, but we're going 0.06 times E19, which is a previously agreed price with the vendor to get the agency. Come on, Excel. To get the agency fees, initial agency fees, and then we need to get the outbound agency fees, which is 18 by 0. Actually, no, I'm actually going to go 0.015 because I know their agency fees. Andre said their agency fees are so I asked him, they are between 1.25 and 1.5. So let's just go at the upper end of 1.5. But they're not going to go higher than that. So save a little bit of money there. 100k for the refurb. I've asked the builder on that one. I said that's reasonable, assuming the roof doesn't need to be done. But I might have to look at, I don't know, it might be 150 with a roof, a new roof. That's my rough guess. Let's look into that later. Council tax again. I've looked at the specific council for that, so that's all accurate. Bills, well, I just said it's gas because we're not. There's going to be a rewire, so it doesn't look like we're going to be paying too much for electricity. Maybe I'll just put something really low, like 20. Okay, and this is the bit I really need to work on. Is selling price because I haven't done the proper comparables check. So I'm gonna do that with you guys today. What would you say that maybe a roof refurbishment? Well, let's look at that now. Just roughly, how much for a new roof on a 4-bed in London? Let's see what he comes up with. Hopefully, ChatGPT, she comes up with a range. Standard tiles, slate or premium tiles. I feel like slate in this area. No, not flat. I feel like let's budget for slate. Roof is large and complex. Complex? What do you mean? Complexity. Number of slopes, hips, valleys, chimneys. Yeah. Well, let's have a look. Where are we? Let's have a look at this. We got some pictures showing the roof. So dated, isn't it? That's out the back. Right, this is looking at the property. See, like, particularly when those pictures are taken, I don't know if the roof looks so bad, but definitely the guttering needs doing. Is it patchwork, or should we just bang a new slate roof on there? Let's go standard. Let's bang a new slate roof on there. The chimney is actually on the next door there. We need to get a view of the front, really. Oh no, there's... Let's say there's a few pitching bits. Few pitching bits, but not super complicated. So 25k would be really complicated. 15. Should we go 20? Let's do it. Alright, so we're going to say it's going to cost 20 grand for the roof. That is well, gives me well, so many Excel spreadsheets. So let's add, see, I was thinking 150, but no, let's say 120. Okay, fine. Now that's dropped us to 57% return on investment, which traditional flipping, you're thinking, oh my goodness, this is genius. But we don't buy here. Okay, so 57 is actually a bit low. We want to get it to more to 100. And I've said selling price might be something like 950. So that was based on just a conversation with Andre. But it was a kind of, one of those conversations like, oh yeah, maybe 650, 950. He hasn't done a proper valuation. It's just estate agent vibes. So let's move on from estate agent vibes and let's get something more solid. So it is NW2 6L8. Oh, before we do this, right, we need a few more things, things that we know about our property before we compare it to others. One is square footage. Write it down. Our square footage here is, oh goodness me, it's pretty massive to be honest. 143 square meters, like, that's fantastic. 43.45 meters squared. Fantastic. Just checking how our live is doing. It's we've got one viewer at the moment. Okay. What else do we need to know before doing our comparables run? Well, we've got 4 bedrooms. What else do we need to know? It is. Do we know what kind of build era it is? I'm going to say 30s. 30s, 3 receptions, which is a lot, isn't it? 3 reception rooms. Schedule sale. I didn't check if it was a probate. I feel like it is. Front regards. Yeah. It's a 1930s build. It's on Gladstone Park Gardens Road. The roads around the house fairly similar looking. And council tax band F. Did I factor that in? Because that's actually telling me. I didn't see that previously. That's actually telling me. Brent band F. Okay, cool. I've done it. Done it already. Just on instinct, I thought it'd be F. But which we should really check rather than relying on instinct. Okay, so I'm going to go for comparables from that. Search. Okay, so you have Gladstone Park Gardens. This is another one on that same street. This area only. Yeah, let's do it. We're gonna go for, yes, full property. See what happens. I mean, it should really be. No, let's not do it. Let's be proper. Let's do semi-detached. Let's do freehold. Okay, so see, London comparables is an issue. Not many house sales. It's, people buy and they hold and they live there. 2014, 1999, 2001. That's not useful. That's not useful. I'll say it now. I think Property Engine is going to be on our next live stream because I've heard it's really, really good for comparables. But I don't know how, you can't like magic data out of thin air. But possibly it has things on it that's further than just than what you can see on Rightmove. I don't know. So we're gonna go. I'm gonna hesitate to project forward from 2014, to be honest. Even though there is a tool, obviously what it's worth now. I've heard from other DC members. Let's try not to do that. Okay, so Dollisville Avenue, that is literally 2 streets along, and you've got similar style properties, and it was sold in March. I don't think it's quite as desirable as Gladstone Park Gardens, but if we get comparables here that make our property viable, then we can be safe because we can say to the investor, look, in a slightly less desirable street, you've got figures to suggest it works. Having said that, we're down at 657, which is only a 3-bed. Right, let's keep going. Okay, so what's this one in? It's sold for 750. Gladstone Park Gardens. Now, this is one where it's not a listing on Rightmove, so they're not going to tell me how many bedrooms it has. So yeah, don't fancy that one. Whoa, here we go. Here's the potential of Gladstone Park Gardens. You've got over $1 million it's sold for. It has got a 5th bedroom though, so going up a bedroom, but and it's gone up into the roof to add that bedroom in. Yeah, I mean, yeah, fair play. 5-6 bedroom semi-detached. Okay, let's stop gawping at it. It's out of our league, really. I haven't budgeted for going into the roof. I mean, it could be done, and we can see that going into the roof and add it. I'll make a little note. Roof, and bedroom for modernisation. It's got it to 1.05 mil. And out of interest, because that was last year. Set up straight. The market's gone down. It has actually gone down since last year, which we're not used to, are we? But goodness me. So I'm going to put in brackets 975. I mean, hopefully the market grows by the time the 6-month, or probably with this sort of thing, 9-month renovation has got going, and we can see sort of something like 1.05 million for that again. But gosh, okay, Dollisville Avenue again, pretty similar. 3-bed. We have at least 4 here. This one's 5. We have yes, we have some pictures. Okay, let's have a look. Ooh. Okay, so pretty ugly on the front. I mean, maybe this is just a personal thing, but I think this leaves a lot to be desired for me on the outside. But it's very nice on the inside. Very, very nice. High standard. That's what we're looking for. Just out of interest, have they gone with a slate roof? Because the last one didn't go for a slate roof. Maybe I've over, but no, that's just a standard new roof. Maybe I've over budgeted there, but better that way than not. Okay, so 5 bedroom, 2 bathrooms. I've forgotten how many bathrooms we have. I feel like it's one, but we can add another one. I had a look, and I'm like, well, like even like here, you've got this awkward sort of like dining room and door through to there, living room. What it's just and this sort of semi-outdoor toilet thing. I'd probably literally just rip this because this was this non-standard construction, this type of thing, and I would open plan that, bring that wall down a bit to here, and then you've got plenty of room for a little downstairs bathroom there. So not a problem adding a bathroom into ours. This has got an extra bedroom. See what it's worth now, because this was last year. But again, what if that means it goes down? With 885 in 2024, 875. So 875 is our first comparable. Like that's not gonna work. Or obviously we need to get a couple more comparables, but that is not gonna work. 10k profit for all that effort. That's a 7% ROI. That's not good enough. So, and you know this one had an extra bedroom, so you might even, I might argue that's 850. Let's keep looking. Stay positive. Okay. Alright, 4 bedrooms. Here we go. Something a little bit more. 910. Nice. Okay, this is the sort of thing we'd look to do, isn't it? I've said 120k. Maybe I need to be a bit higher on the refurb because this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, honestly. It's honestly, that's really, really nice. And they've gone into the roof as well. I haven't factored that in. I mean, if this ain't working for even assisted sale, this is sold by Hoopers. I don't know why Andrew was saying 950. I think he's just sort of an agreeable lad. So let's have a look. Yeah, so they've gone into the roof to make that bedroom. How do we get our 4th bedroom? It's out there. Yeah, so we don't have to do that. We don't have to go into the roof. Positive. Okay. And yeah, the layout's just a bit different, isn't it? We're longer out the back. And they're a bit wider. But it's beautiful. As I say, I love what you've done with the place. But yeah, they've added that extension to the right there. Which we don't have. We have a bit more distance out the back. Okay, anyway. It was 910 in 2023. Let's see what they think. I don't think much of this. It's like, I'll just go with 910. But I do think it's been dipping a bit. 888. But again, the ranges here are stupid, aren't they? 800 to 975. It's kind of, you may as well ask the next door neighbours what they think. Anyway, we're gonna go 888. I should actually be putting these in as we speak onto the. I don't know how much you want to see that. It's not less content, but I'll show you what I do. So we have on 875, and that was 875 on my bed. You know what? I haven't been looking at the floor area. Silly me. 155 square meters. It's gone into the roof though, but 55. it's like that's like 7% more. I think that's acceptable. The other one, right? Hang on, let's just write about this one first because we can see it. 888k was 4 birds, 155 meters squared. If I was to put it 10 meters squared. And the last one that we used was this one, wasn't it? No. We used 71 person. So this was, that one was $28. This one is 71 GPG, Glass of Gardens. And what was our floor area? We might have been a bit too far out with this, mightn't we? Ah, yeah. Where, let's get the. Can you give me some floor? Aha! There's no floor plan, right? This gives me an opportunity. This gives me an opportunity to. Oh, okay. No, it's 150. Yeah, basically the same. I was going to say, it gives me the opportunity to go over here where you can find EPC certificates. And basically what you do is you just type in the postcode up. What? Type in it. Yeah, you type in the postcode here. And on an EPC certificate, it will find your square footage, square meterage. Thank you, Paul Holmes, for that one. That tip. Okay, that was our tip from last week. Hope to get better. You know, every week I do this. Hope to get better. What are we saying? 11 meters squared more. So look, they're selling for a bit less than we want. They're a bit bigger than we want. Let's keep going, but it's not looking great, is it? It's not looking great. I know it's with Andre, my favourite agent, but you know, let's be objective about it. Okay, we have, you know what? We have a few on Dollis Hill, Lane Avenue, a few decent comparables. You know, it's an easy area for comparables. The house is all these 1930s build. Oh, this has got one bathroom, so we'd actually be adding some value here. Oh, and this is old style. So kitchen and bathroom's all right. That's why it's probably sold all right. But we'd be adding some value onto this. But yeah, I mean, ideally you'd want comparables that are sold this year. But then I don't want to go too far out. I don't know if I want to go half a mile. Maybe it's 122 square meters, so it's smaller. But goodness me, parking and garden is doing better, so that sort of makes up for it. It's not the best comparable though, is it, this one? No, I don't want to email something, guys. Misclick. Now it's saying 138 square meters. I don't know why it does that. Bit strange. Anyway, we're up to say 875, but with that one, I'm going to sort of lightly do it off to one side. Oh, it adds some value there. More space than ours. Just a little bit less parking and bar garden, but more space inside, and another toilet, and some modernisation. I could argue that based on that, we should go higher. We should go 900, something like that. But there's all a bit too many if, buts, and maybes. I'm going to try, because we're down at 2022, 23 now. I'll try and go half a mile and see if we can get some more that are sold this year. Of course, we're going critical with now. I mean, but that is a very different area. Within the last year, I should just filtered it like that, shouldn't I? Much easier. But we want to get something like for like. Dollis Hill. This one. Yeah, we saw this one recently, didn't we? But it's a 3-bed. And I don't know actually. Let me me ask a question to the chat if anyone's. Okay, never mind. There's no one watching. Why is no one watching it? Okay, let's fix this. Who was telling everyone to get down? I'll do max half an hour more. Because dinner's got to be made and Sunday's got to be chilled. Ooh, that's a good question. Right. Anyway, for the benefit of those watching afterwards, hello, let's get back to it. I will ask them in the main Dealers Club chat. Hey team, happy Sunday. Give me a glass and the accountability. How much value should be added per bedroom? So it's a conundrum. Anyway, let's go back to our little search for comparables. Whoa, 1.37 million. You always get excited when you see something like that. Olive Road. What's that? Okay, for reference, where we were looking was basically here. Pleasant Islands. This one. Okay, we were looking there, basically where the E is of Dollis Hill House, and then this one's here. I think that's fine. You could walk there in under 10 minutes, I think. And this is sold for 1.37, and obviously it's lovely inside, but the outside it didn't look huge. Let's have a look at the square footage. Oh my, but it goes back, doesn't it? Wow, big extension and everything. Our square meterage is 171. No, obviously we can't use it as comparable. Lovely though. Lovely. 171, that's too far away. That's nearly 30 square meters more. You know, that's an extra room, isn't it? So, yeah, those aren't right. Those aren't right. There's something right. This one, 4 bed. Let's have a look. This is a bit further away, isn't it? Let's have a look. Clitterhouse Bay. Right, so it's across the other side of this train station from right. So that is quite a different proposition, and it's actually like basically on this little playing fields park, which looks quite desirable. So I'm going to add maybe. I'm going to factor that in basically. But let's see what we can do here. So this year it's up on 935. Yeah, okay. And hang on. Oh wait, but is it a new build? Okay, it's a new build, so it's energy efficient, blah blah blah. Not quite right. Let's spend max 5 more minutes on this one. So I want to look at another one before we finish. I should be more time strict with myself. I was pretty bad at it last time, but again this time. 5 max. This is 84 Glasson Park Gardens. But yeah, we had a look at this before. We don't know the we don't know where we're at with it. Well, let's be clever about it, okay? So because this one could help us. Let's be clever about it. Let's put it into, this is my Zoopla alerts, but let's just put it into Zoopla. Just the postcode. Oh no, we're now looking for listings. Hang on, how do you do? I don't know if Super has a feature of like sold house prices. Yeah, it does. See how much it last sold for? Yeah, okay, cool. Right. Postcode. Maybe it was a listing on Zoopla. So yeah, it's again found the same price, 750 October. Okay, here we go. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, so it's 121 square meters. So actually, it's kind of too. It's too bad. But again, this is alright. So this is Zupla's equivalent. Again, it's found this one for 1.05. 120. Nope. I can see what it was at 8. Nope. Oh, no. 759. That's not really changed much since a couple of years ago. Can I scroll down, please? Can I scroll down? Can. Okay. Okay, but here's the thing, you know, we've got 3 receptions, we've got 4 beds, we've got 20 more square meters. What are we adding for that? We're probably adding 100k, so I don't know. This one's an 859. That's tough. It's tough. Right, we've got 2.5 minutes left. I think I've lost the ability to scroll. I don't know why. Okay. Lost the ability to scroll. What could go wrong next? Okay. So the thing, this one perhaps is quite promising. You've got 5. Actually, no, not promising. You've got 5 bedrooms, but only 820. Now it's number 13, and it does get close to a big main road, Edgware Road, as you get to 13. So that's slightly less desirable and closer to the park the other way. And there's this one again, and then we're struggling, aren't we? This one, okay, let's see what's worth today. This one's not like that well done, is it? Reveal the estimate. No. Invite. No, don't want emails. No. 795, okay. But yeah, 143 is close to the park, so that was horrible. 795, chuck another bedroom in. Ooh, a square meters is very much lower, so 30 more square meters. I don't know, I could argue that chuck another bedroom, like I did last time, adds another 100k. Another bedroom, more square meters, I could add 100k, so we go 895. Anyway, I don't think we're going to be enough. Without even bothering to work it all out, I have written down, and again, should have put this in here every time, but for the sake of time, I have 900, 859, 850, 888, 895 written down. Rough rubbish maths would suggest that is 875. So where do I have to negotiate to make this work? Surprise, it's 90. Let's try 680. 680 works, but I suspect this is why. This is something I know. We have tight margins on this one. The negotiations are currently at 680. I can't add any value here. So, sorry Andre, bye bye. Let's move on to the next one. We're going to go into the next one completely fresh. Yeah, what we got? We can go to sort of quarter past. Where is everyone? Where is everyone? Everyone's enjoying the Sunday evening. Anyway, maybe I'll change the time of this live stream. I don't know. It's not really about the views for me. It's about getting it done. Okay, this is our next one. So I saved this the other day. It came to my email, just like we were doing last week. Things will come to the email. So this came to my email. Maybe I can write these headphones down here. I don't know. This came to my email. It's been reduced. It's been on the market for a very long time. Let's have a look at this. This is in July 2023 for 580. And it doesn't have this reduced kind of simply Wimbly thing between 580 and 550 in June 2025. So I imagine it was listed in July, it was taken off, put back on in June. They thought, oh, maybe the market's recovered. Sadly, not for them. This beer screams of frustration. You know, they need a solution here. And yeah, they've reduced it just a couple of days ago to 500k. That I guess they're looking for a quick sale. This is definitely one where I need to ring the agent on. But let's do the analysis now. So I'm ringing the agent and I'm informed. Now, obviously, we had that thing at the start where I did the analysis on this one, Byron Road, and the agent turns around and goes, "Oh, we don't do deal sources. We don't accept you guys. Go away." And you know that could make me think, "Oh, actually, I should just like do the call, then do the analysis." Whereas, you know, I've actually started thinking recently, no, do the analysis first. I'm still sticking firm to it. Do the analysis first. Just because one agent goes, "Oh, we don't deal with deal sources," I don't think that's going to be happening in many agents. I certainly hope not. And I do prefer going in with a bit of information and only calling the agents where it's appropriate. For example, I'm not going to be doing any more on this old chestnut because we know it's not appropriate now. This one, I might. We didn't really discuss this today. This one, I won't yet. I'll wait for it to come down. So I think it's worth doing the analysis first. So let's get on with it. To give you a quick talk. Again, with this one, it's like they're struggling to sell it, but there's nothing like majorly wrong with it. It needs a new bathroom, potentially, but it's like it's not bad at all. It's not going to need a rewire, but obviously double check it when you go view it. But the boiler should be okay. The only thing I would change, honestly, oh wow, this one. And it's got a garage, which is cool. The only thing I'd change here is like this kitchen's really tiny, and the lounge dining is huge. Now I want to find out, you know, sort of how structural that sort of kitchen wall thingy is. But can we just move this forward? But then if we move that forward, we have this little awkward space here. So, and we've always got French doors there, and I'd rather be much simpler just keep those French doors as they are, keep the window as it is. Right. So, what's the other option here? We got a toilet there. I'd suggest. Well, it'd be cheaper to keep that. What else? I mean, this could be sort of a study, and then we could get the kitchen in here. But I do get it. Sometimes you want to watch TV and you don't want kitchen noises going on. So I'm still not sure, you know, if anyone has any advice on this one. But like personally, I don't want a kitchen that small. I know some people don't mind. Be more straightforward on the reverb to not do that. So I think I'll give kind of two estimates on this one. One with a layout change, and I'll add probably 10 grand onto that because it needs a new kitchen regardless. I would say up the value. Layout change adds 10 grand, maybe taking out this wall and just like swinging it through, or if you change it to a study, it doesn't need a layout change. It just needs, you just pop the kitchen in there, not a problem. Layout change would be like if you went, oh, actually, maybe that's a downstairs bathroom. And then, oh, but then you need to change the window to make sure people can't peek through at your bits and bobs. So no, maybe that's not a good idea. I would like a bigger kitchen. We'll do two options. I'll just forget about structure, because you can put the bigger kitchen sort of an L shape in here, and then just leave that room as is. But maybe, I don't know, but if you did that, you'd probably want to take that wall back, a little study or sort of like storage, and take that wall back to there. So yeah, I'll do a high, like I'll have like 15,000, right? Bigger kitchen, whatever. And then I'll do one with without that, just refurb the kitchen, don't change anything else. Refurb kitchen, bathroom. That's it. Alright, so what do we think? And it only makes it, if we've got high end value, it would make sense to do the bigger structural change. But I have the suspicion, considering, look, it's not the greatest curb appeal, it's one of these estates, and they all look the same, and I'm just going to leave it as is. Probably change the door, that's it. I'm thinking, right, let's make a list here. Should use the refurb checklist, actually. Anyway. But let's say new kitchen, but a little one. New bathroom. Painting. How about carpets? Do we need that? Our floor looks fine. Would you change the floor in the kitchen? I don't think you'd have to. Do you need to sort out the garden? No. It's tidy. As long as, thing is though, pictures can be deceiving. You turn up and then it's a jungle. Obviously tidy it up. We've got a dream catcher there. People obviously need to tidy it up. Yeah, new bathroom. I don't even know if it does need painting. Who says that? Those radiators are bloody old though. They look quite old. How's our EPC doing on this one? Oh, where's it gone? D. We might want new radiators. We might want to have a. Yeah, I think we do. Those are old. Those, like, I don't like those ones. Old star radiators. Oh, that's a big one. Right, so we're gonna have 5k for that. But I actually don't think he's painting or anything. Floors are fine. Yeah. Is the floor okay? The actual floor itself is probably okay. So yeah, keep floor. Don't need to change a lot. New kitchen, new bathroom, radiators. Like, surely it has double glazing. I was wondering if for curb appeal you change the brown. Oh, new door as well. New front door. Do you change the brown? Because it's just kind of yuck. But I don't know. All the rest of the houses around there look the same. So I'd like to get new windows just to make it look white. I don't know if that's really necessary. We'll look at the end value, possible end value. I suspect it's not necessary. We want to keep the refurb fairly light on this. I don't think there's anything actually wrong with the windows. Internal doors, what we're saying. Is that an internal door? Is that a cupboard door? There's a cupboard door. Have we got any pictures of internal doors? I don't think we do, but they're not expensive. 100 quid each or something. What is that, a contingency? For 10%? What we're saying, no kitchen, no bathroom. This is a very small kitchen. We've got 5, new front door, 1, and that's 16k. Add the contingency is 18k. Whoa, £18,000, not bad at all. If we do layout changes, I was saying we'd add maybe 10 to 15k, so that's looking layout change and a bigger kitchen. We're maybe talking 30 to 35. Yeah, we're obviously with contingency it's 33, isn't it? So we're talking 33, aren't we? So don't know if it's worth that extra effort. Let's come into the, oh, hang on, no, let's work out, let's do all the bits and bobs and then chuck into the analyzer. I think it'd be way more satisfying. So we've got a refurb cost of 18 or 33. We're now gonna look at this. So we could do it here. We could keep it all in the Zoopla. Don't mind. Oh, we need to work out the money bins. Yeah. We need to work out the postcode. All Saints News. Arrow. Right, that's not. I imagine it's over there somewhere. But we can do this. Let's just put another property. Don't want to show my location. Come on. Let's find our location. Is there a better way of doing this? Maybe there is. Right, I'll ask more people to come along because. Yeah, you can see my last one. What? So did we get anything? Oh, it's really slow. It's very slow. Because this one, it doesn't have like a house number. And yeah, this is how I normally do it. Okay, this is me really slow. Just do it on my phone. Do it on my phone to get the postcode. All Saints News. Stanmore Harrow. So what is our postcode there? Door number. Let's see a door number. I feel like, is it? No, it's not on there. This is sticking point. Sticking point. Oh, okay. Oh, I should have done this straight away. What? What? I thought it was one. Right, we're gonna go one. It's HO360Y. Let's do this. HO360Y. Let's write it down. HA360Y. And it's number one. Number one, because it's going to be the one and only that gets us to a deal. We're just going to get Sister South this one. Why? Well, there's not enough added value here. It's not a super duper rundown place to even consider a flip, a straight flip, like buying the asset. Not enough margin. So let's go. What did we just say? It was HA3? A3. Right, and yourself, I just said to the chat it was 10 minutes more, so I'm going to give a time of 10 minutes to be finished. HA3, 6D, Y, boom, let's go. Let's look at our comparables. Okay, so what has sold recently? Not that recently, Feb 2022. So we'd have to then project up, and that's a 4 bed, and this is three, yeah, 3 bed. Okay, cool. I'm glad it's three. 3 bed for 500k doesn't come up too often. But look, we're looking in the history here. 2019, not such a fan. I mean, one thing that's that would benefit us about these properties is they are pretty much identical. Like a 3 bed in this estate is going to be the same as a 3 bed in this estate, I reckon. So it's basically just looking at what the market has done since 2019. There's not going to be any major changes, but so that's making me to consider just getting on with this and having a look. Actually, because not a lot of other variables, right? It's in the same place. I don't want the emails. Let's go. Let's get a comparable. One fast please. Oh, we forgot to do the golden rule on comparables to get what we need. This is 93, 94, let's say, so that's fine. We're 94 meters square, so yeah. Where is it? So that's not a problem. And he's saying 525. I mean, but it's going up to 580 now. We're refurbishing the property. We're refurbishing the property. So can we reasonably expect to go to the higher end of that? I don't see why not. Because look here. Oh wait, hang on. They've kind of refurbed this. Okay. I mean, we've got possibly a badly refurbed kitchen with a bit falling off. But yeah, they've refurbed this kind of how I would foresee it being done. I mean, it's not the highest standard. I could say that we would maybe get it to the efficient because I don't think that's the highest standard refurb. So 550 for what number? For literally number 3, I mean that's literally next door. For number 3, All Saints. Yes, this is a sale. All Saints. Oh, it's all coming together. Bit of a 1985. Yeah, you can tell it's an 80s kind of thing. Okay, let's bring on. Let's go. Okay, so let's say 550 on that. Okay. And look, we've already, remember this property, they really want to bloody sell it. They've got it down to 500. Maybe they'll go a little bit further. 4 bed, nah, let's not even bother. No 3 bed here. And terrace. Different, isn't it? Where's ours? Ours fully detached as well. Ours is. Yeah, which warrants the 550 as well, surely. This one is terraced. That's 2019, so we are relying on market predictions, but come on, Rightmove has like the whole market. They've done nice refurb, and like I was saying, they got 525 in 2019. I can see why. So the other comparable that we looked at in 2019 got, I think it was 400. But this is the refurb of your dreams, isn't it? This is the refurb you want. Thing is though, 140 square. No way. Wow. Okay, garage. I mean, does ours even include the garage? Would you do that? Total area. Does it though? Does it include the garage? I mean, maybe it does. Just have to assume it does. So therefore, that puts this this comparable completely out the window. And anyway, we want something more recent, don't we? So let's go quarter mile. I think we want detached, but we want the same style of building. So we don't want a bungalow. No, we don't really want a 1930s place like that. Ooh. Um, I wish you could filter for bedrooms. Actually annoys me. On. Can you do it on Super? If you can, I'll start using these guys. Back. Back. No. Back. Please go back. We've got 4 minutes left. Oh dear. Yeah, it does let you filter for the bedrooms. Right, let's start using this then. What's our postcode? It's I'll put the whole thing in here. Yes, better than it. 1. Uh, uh, there we go. It's good. All Saints Muse. All Saints Muse. H-A-3-6-D-Y. Bedrooms. 3. Oh, this is better for comparables than already. Right. Yes. Sold within the last 12 months. Bathrooms. I think we're sticking at 1, aren't we? I mean, we could maybe get 2, but you know, that's looking at your second bathroom there. There, and the second bathroom is probably looking at 40k refurb, so we'll stick with 1, 1. Or just in case that does add anything, but I don't think it would. No way. There's no sold within. Okay, fine. Search area. Should we add them? I'm going to say, should we add a bigger area? Can we do that? Look at this. Results. Ah, that's okay. So they kind of. The Zoopla one's better, apart from you can't go within the quarter-half mile, so you just have to keep scrolling through this. Property engine next week, come on, property engine next week. Right, no, that's no low, no, no. What's this? 4, no, 3. Look, that's so different. So different. Aha! Okay, this looks somewhat comparable here. Like, again, it's like an 80s style. I feel like it's bigger though. Yeah. Yeah. Because we have your answer here, and then, well, this is 116, maybe 25. I mean, gosh, can't do it. And the selling price itself is way over 700. That tells you nothing anyway. But it's the right era of property. I know, does property engine allow you to enter the era of property? That'd be so good if it did. Because this is kind of painful. Probably painful to watch. Sorry. 6 pages. You've got to find right in 6 pages. We've got to find a comparable. At least one. No, we've got one, which is 550. Which is. I mean, I can put it in for 550 in 18 seconds. No, don't do that. Oh wait, here we go. Oh, that's 2019. Okay, let's do it. Anyway, it's number 6. We saw in 2019 as well. Well, they kept that from us. Okay, so number 6 was sold in 2019 for 450. It was okay. Now that hadn't been refurbed since this built, has it? That had not. Okay, so this is a low standard. This was like 1980s spec, and the square meter 96 basically the same. So it's 95. So 6. Okay, at least 2 comparables. We'll stick at that tip for today. I think, although I really like to fit. Hate not finishing something. No, an email update. Let's go. Let's get our number. Now it's saying 95 square meters. I don't know. 550? Because the last one said 525. Now this is saying 550. This estimate thing is kind of rubbish, isn't it? This was saying 550, but it was in a complete 1980s state. When I said 550. But I'd have a reverb. It's the same. I mean, this is the comparable, to be honest. This is more. This is a stronger comparable. This is the same veil, right? These days we're 550, based on not having refurb. I mean, that's stupid, really. But let's have the refurb. Okay, cool. Is that? Yeah. I could even say 600 there. So if I said 600, then that would be 575. I really want to get one more, but that is like the comparable. It's just a shame it was sold so long ago. Please say we're on page 2. Yeah, I think we're on page 2. Come on. I want to get one more. I'm going to get one more. This was built, yeah, same sort of thing. But it's going to be bigger. It'll be bigger. It's going to be so big. Ah, interesting what level we haven't got the square footage, so we have to type it again. No way it's different. It's a bit far away. Just benefit of showing this. So, thank you to Paul for last time. Because now I know how to do this. 4 square meters, so about 10 square meters more, so yeah, we're literally 10 square meters more, so how do you adjust for that? Taking off 20 grand, whatever. But other than that, we're not so far off. And the spec. Nice, okay, nice. Mid-spec, we'll do it, but mid-spec, all of the garden though. 20k for the square footage, but also the garden another 20k, so not 30k, and whatever this is. No, we're not going to give it no specs, we're taking 30k from whatever this says. This stuff is so rough. This stuff is so rough. Oh, 1965, a little bit older as well. 100, no, that's it for 20. Nah, I'm going to trust the EPC. Probably doesn't include the garage. I say 663. We're taking off 30k, 40k. Different areas, aren't desirable areas. Let's talk about 50k. And we'll get to 6.3. Average those out. And yeah, average those out, and then we're there for the day. Are we going to call this agent? Are we going to get excited? Or not? Are we going to keep looking for others? It doesn't have to work, does it? So 579 or 580. Well, that's what it was listed for. That's probably what the original agent valuation was based on. Remember, this property, this was originally listed for 580, and what we're saying is, with a refurb in today's market, we could get it we could get it to there, but it couldn't do without the refurb. Okay. But I've got a kind of nagging feeling in my head that that's quite ambitious because the comparables weren't great. Next week, property filter. No, engine. Filter's like £150 a month, I'm really sure about that. Anyway, I was bang into the template. I think property engine's like 40 quid a month. Digestible. Obviously, you could do a free trial, whatever. Okay, so our refurb was. Let's go with the light one. Mind you, the light one, we're comparing to high standard here. No contingency. 18, not 20. How's the contingency? So 20 for the refurb. Now, if I don't change this myself, this is based on averages, and that one is okay unless the selling price is over 500. We're saying 580. So this solicitor fees probably needs to go up a little bit there because we've got a higher selling price and how that works. It's the same amount of work. Take the piss, aren't they? Agency fees all done, but previously agreed price will change depending on the agency fees. Right, here we go. So no, the agency fees will change depending on the previously agreed price. Let's put it in at what they're asking for now. So, and that's what you want to do in the sister sale. You want to be fair. You don't give them what they're asking for, because then they're going to agree to this weird thing where like you're not buying a house, you're just arranging a refurb. So that's what you want, and that is showing me. By the way, with Bandy, it's going to be Bandy. I think this would be slightly lower because where are we? We're in Harrow, aren't we? And I said that Harrow would be. No. Why? Okay, fine. Harrow is the one where they're militant on their council tax, and I don't know why. They're like 30 quid higher than all the other councils around. Okay, so band E in Harrow, much as a band F in the neighbouring boroughs. Anyway, it doesn't affect it much. So look, we're 62%. It's not where I want to be. I'd want to be at 100%. I want to be at 100%. So I'd want to go down. I don't want to necessarily do this for a sister sale, but I could ring up the agent, see if they might entertain going down a bit. So 490, I would want to go in at 485 brings us down, and so it's 480. So look, I want to ask if they would entertain. Would they entertain something like 470? You ask the agent that. Would they entertain 470, 475? Would that be in the ballpark? Then we're getting a lot more margin. And they have been trying to sell this for, and they need margin, by the way, because I don't know if my comparables is that great. You know, if that dips to 5. What was the identical property? It was saying 550, but then with the refurb. Anyway, let's say I drop, go conservative, I'll drop it to 550. 41% return, still good. But just by dropping from 580 to 550, we've gone down from 120% return to 40% return. So we need that margin. We need to ask about a lowball offer, but they might accept that. We've got some margin, and they might accept lowball offer. I'm scrolling. I'm reminding you that this was listed in 2023 for 580. Right. Cool. I think that's that. And our next live stream. Wow, yeah, hour and a half again today. Goodness me. On the next live stream, I might be able to stick to an hour because I think I'm going to try a property engine. I think I will. I'll try a property engine. I have to say that the next live stream might not be next Sunday because I might be seeing family because they come first before live stream. But other than that, next Sunday the property engine, so I might be able to get the comparables done quicker. At the moment, I would say using Rightmove for comparables is the fastest way I know how to do it. Let me know what you think. And please check out my other content on YouTube as well. Okay, see you next time.